ready, buddy? Okay, hi, I'm Melanie. This is Kane. Kane is a 14-year-old Appaloosa quarter horse mix. See his beautiful spots. I am a horse dentist. For those of you who don't know, technical term is equine dental technician, but it's a mouthful. So we just keep it nice and short. So I think a lot of you on here have goats and chickens, and not so many have horses. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I do and the fun part of being a horse dentist. So we'll get started. So if you can see these, hang on, Bubby, these teeth right here are called their incisors, same as goats, only obviously goats don't have the top incisors, you just have the cute little bottom ones, but everything else is the same. So you have your incisors, your canines, which are right here, these cute little guys right here. Then you have your first premolars here and the last 3 molars back here. So what my job entails, it's not glamorous. I just file horse teeth. So floating is what the technical term is, but it's really just called filing teeth. So I will show you that now. This is an angle float. See? Their upper jaw is shaped like a banana, like it's curved. So that's why you have your first angle float. So you can do the first 3 premolars like this. So I will show you. Come here, buddy. See? Tooth dust.
Yummy.
Real cute. I can tell you that I'd say like 95% of horses are okay with this. They don't really mind it. Good boy. So their upper molars, I do without a speculum on. Yes, ladies, that is called a speculum. Wait until you see it in action. So let me finish these up real quick and then we'll move on to the next row. I'll show you. Charge into me. I don't mind if you walk around. Okay, so the next float is called your straight float. This is a horse one. This is a draft sized one. The mini ones are really cute too. They're teeny tiny. The straight float does the first 3 premolars and the second to last molar of the arcade. So when you float, you're getting all the points along the sides, and I'll show you when we open the mouth, but you want to go like this, and then you want to kind of curve, so you're getting the whole rounded edge of that tooth. This float gets the last molar all the way in the back. Remember I said the upper jaw shaped like a banana, so this just helps to get that little guy that's kind of tucked away in the back. Good boy. Okay. Move on. I wanted to bring up what I use. So obviously what I use is hand tools because it's powered by hand. There are other systems like power systems and Dremels that just like it sounds. It's a Dremel. It's on a drill with a long shaft, just like that. Only they have different disc heads and different heads that you can get to file the teeth. Some you have like a little battery pack and can turn it on. Some you have a foot pedal. I wanted to do this since my sophomore year of high school. So, and I always wanted to use hand for whatever reason I thought I wanted to use hand. So, plus side, I have really sexy arms of this. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, I love hand tools. I feel like power are just as good, you know, in the right hands. They could do a great job also. So I'm going to go on and start talking a little bit more in depth about this. So horses don't chew up and down like people. Sorry, buddy. They chew down with their lower jaw and around. So if you were to drop your lower jaw down, I should say just drop your head down, your lower jaw is going to come forward. Same with horses. When they eat, when their jaw drops and they drop their head to eat, that jaw should come down nice and easily. Same when they ride and ask for collection and bending and flexing. That should be what happens. Oftentimes, I know you're so bored. Oftentimes, if there's a malocclusion or what that is just known for as, I don't want to say an issue, but an abnormality of the teeth, so a hook, a big point, a wave in their mouth that's causing some tension to come down. I like to say the points and grooves and things kind of make like a puzzle, and they all interlock with each other after a while if they're not floated regularly. So sometimes horses can have a hard time chewing or being ridden. My goodness, I am sorry. I'm so boring. This is my horse, and I was debating on telling you guys if this is mine because this is really embarrassing. He's not been done in like 2 years, and they're supposed to be done every year. But as it goes, the dentist horse is the last one to get done. And in my defense, I was hurt last year, so I'm only now a couple months into working, so he's on the list. So what he has always been prone to get is a hook on his incisors. So I'm actually glad he has this so I can show you what it is. So when we say a hook, okay, I know, sir, I know, this is terrible. Can you guys see this right here? How it should be nice and flat and like adjacent, but it is this little guy right here. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna file that down. But what that means is that his incisors don't wear and grind 100% as they should. So this is the tricky part. Horse teeth are, when they're permanent, they are about, I'd say this big, okay? So you have the crown of the tooth that is exposed, you have the reserve crown, which is in the middle, and then you have the root. And so as they grind away, they wear away their teeth. So they're not constantly growing like you'll hear some people say. Yeah, you made a cute face. You probably heard that too. I didn't know that. You probably heard that too. So people say, oh, they're continually growing. No, not really. They're just wearing away each other. And if they're not wearing away correctly, that part of the tooth that isn't getting worn away will keep on erupting. So that's where you get hooks from. So we will, if he lets me do this. Biting it. He's like, Mom, this is not what I want to do today. So we are done with that little hook. Can you guys see the difference?
Almost. Yep.
Can you see? Cute. So cute. So that hook was Now, clearly he's not having a problem eating, but if it would have gotten worse, it could have definitely been a hindrance. For sure, right, Bubba? Okay, ladies, this is the speculum. Ha-ha! This is not cruel, mean. It's not a torture device. It literally just saves my fingers from being bit, and it also allows me to get a really good look inside and see what is going on. Oh boy. Oh man, open your mouth, sir. Oh boy. Good boy. Okay, you want to try and get on in there?
Yep.
Can you see?
Nice. Relatively, yeah, there we go.
Okay. So your average horse has about 40 to 42 teeth, depending on if they have canines. If they have wolf teeth, they normally get pulled. He doesn't have any of those. But for not being done in 2 years, his teeth look very good. I don't know if you can see his lower molars. They did have some pretty good grooves, so we'll take them off. He didn't have any back hooks, nothing like that. He doesn't really get ridden anymore, so I'm not so concerned about the front premolars, giving them a bit seat, which I can explain that too. So on your competition horses, especially your horses that do a lot of speed, like he was a barrel racing horse, I rodeoed on him, and my husband trains thoroughbreds at the racetrack down the road here. You want them to have as little, I'm trying to think of the words, as much of a comfortable mouth as you possibly can. So like if you would peel his skin away, you'd see that his first premolars come together and look like this, like they're just together like this. What I do with a bit seat is I round them off like this, so the bit has a nice place to lay. And if they, for example, the race horses, a lot of them, because they're going at such a high rate of speed, same with your barrel horses, sometimes they open their mouth. You know, like they're just running and they open their mouth, or, you know, you have to pull hard, like going around a barrel or on the track. You don't want them to have that bit kind of go back and then they close their mouth and chomp on themselves, which cuts the sides of their mouth and the corners. So that's kind of like a nice, comfortable spot for them. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. It made sense in my head. Yep. But that's the best way I can kind of explain it. It just allows the bit to sit a little bit more nicer in the mouth. When I do their lowers, you do the lowers on the side that's closest to their tongue. So that's called the lingual side. The side I did without the speculum closest to their cheeks is called the buccal side. So the upper and lower arcades have different angles, which allows them to grind and chew, which is why they get different points, and I should say more predominant points on those. Entire time I'm working,
You say you don't.
I do not, no. When I work on a horse, mine or clients, I always close their mouth so I can clean my float off, give them a second. I do that for multiple reasons. I don't like to go to the dentist and have my mouth open the entire time. I don't think they would either. And it's kind of like a reward system. Like, you stand and behave, let me do my job, you can shut your mouth and have a break. So it's worked this far. So plus I don't want to cause any harm to their TMJ joint up here, which I'll explain that in a minute. So we're gonna do the other side. Okay, so the last thing I like to do after I float the horse, check everything else out, I like to massage their TMJ. So their TMJ, here's their eyeball, you follow the bone, it's right up here, this like little knot. Same as our TMJ, connects their upper jaw and lower jaw together. So if you push on it right underneath, see he flinches just a little bit. Derek's more so. So I take my 3 fingers and go right underneath it. And you do small circles of light pressure, and then you gradually go to medium pressure, and then to hard pressure, and then you rotate back on through to medium, and then to light pressure. And that just helps. From their like year of chewing, you know, had their mouth open for a while, I like to just massage it. So like you can see, like I'm pushing really hard and he's not flinching anymore. You have to be careful. Some horses have very sensitive TMJs. I've only ever had one client, and I've been doing this, 10 years now, 9 years, that had someone previously before me leave the spec open for a long period of time and actually caused harm to the TMJ, and that had to get injected. So we just have to, the specum only gets open 1 click smaller than what cane was. Like we just have to be very, very careful, because that's really painful, having a sore TMJ. Okay, this is Bo. Bo is a border horse of ours, and he just turned 30 in May. But I wanted to show you what the teeth of a 30-year-old look like. So, okay, close your mouth, baby. So as you saw with Kane, his teeth were whiter and a little bit more wider. You can see he has a little bit of spacing in between each one. That's because, again, as he's grinding and wearing away his teeth, this is part of the reserve crown that used to be up higher in his cavity. So yeah, just old skinny teeth. Ooh, kid, stop it. Okay, but identify age of a horse is the surface. Hang on, Bo. Hang on, buddy. Okay. Let me try this again. The surface of their lowers and of their uppers. So that's an indicator. See, he's got 2 dental stars, and actually looks like one of them is worn away because you're 30. But that's how you tell when it's kind of like the same with goats. The wider and whiter and the infundibular caps, or infundibular cups, I should say, on the surface of their teeth is a good indicator of their ages, because as they wear away, those cups start to disappear and turn into dental stars. And yeah, it's sometimes when you get past a certain point, like Bo was 30, so if we didn't have his papers, you know, it might be a little tough to kind of give a good solid age. Normally when they get this old, you kind of give like a 2-year range just to be safe, but we know he's 30. And I think we might have a younger one. I'm gonna attempt to look at my La Mancha, Deja's teeth. I don't know how this is gonna go. Hi, Daryl. Can we look inside your mouth, please? No. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I know. You're a sweet girl. Okay. So, this is Deja's teeth. Let's see. Can we open your mouth? I'll give you my flashlight so you can try and like.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I think so. She's not having it.
Can you see?
A little bit. Not great.
Oh, okay. Well, bummer. She says, please don't look at my mouth. But goats pretty much have, they have this same, for the most part, because they're ruminant animals, like they have their premolars and molars. I have floated goats before.
Really?
Yeah, I floated a couple goats before, and my friend down the street from us has show sheep, like he takes out west, and he had one ewe that wasn't eating well, so I floated her. That was an experience.
Oh, I'll bet.
That was fun.
I'll bet.
But hey, it worked.